just wanted to bring something to everyone's attention that you probably don't know and will save you a lot of time and money by optimizing the way you play better. So what we've been told, a lot of what content creators have said, is passive income is a lie. And the reason it's a lie is because in order to cash in on the business, to actually make money off the business, the way they say is passive, is not really passive, because you have to do a delivery mission to actually get the money. So if you have to do something to get the money, especially when it's a mission, then that's not passive. And on top of that, you have to consider that you're buying the supplies, and it's $75,000 for a full stock, or you have to do missions to get the supplies, and usually multiple missions. You can't just do one and it's full. Usually, sometimes yes, but usually not. In which case you're putting a lot more time into getting the supplies. Time is money, because you can be doing other things to make the money. That is more money, like say for example security contracts or even VIP missions or any other little piddly thing, right? So these things are not passive income. Getting supplies is not passive. You can buy the supplies again, but it's $75,000. You have to do that multiple times for the product bar to get to full. You obviously have to wait in between when the product bar is actually being, like, whatever it is being created by the NPCs. You don't have to actually wait, you just, because you could be doing other things while that happens. But when it comes time, when the product bar is full and you want to do a full sell, let's say, then you got to do a mission, and the mission reward is fairly large. It could be 300, 400, 500,000, and that's great. But in order to know how much money you're really making, you have to subtract whatever money you spent on the supplies to get to that point, and that can be as high as 300,000. But also you have to factor in whatever time you spent getting the supplies if you didn't buy them, and what kind of money you could have made instead doing other things that are more lucrative, such as the ones I mentioned already. So what you really want to do, I would suggest, is none of that, because it's not passive. I mean, if you want to do the missions just for the fun of doing missions, that's fine. But if you're actually looking for passive income, that's just not passive. But there is some passive income, and that would be from safes. So if you have businesses that have a safe, like the arcade, the agency, and most notably the nightclub, that's true passive income, because all you have to do is go to the safe and open it, and there's the money. And then you just, come back at a later time when there's more. And when you're talking about all these safes and how much money they make, it depends largely on how popular, or basically how much work or money you've invested in these businesses. Now, the nightclub, if your nightclub is popular, it actually makes a really significant amount of money, like far more than the agency or the arcade safes do. Now the safes from the arcade is it's pretty low. Like you could let that money pile up for hours and hours of real life game time, and it still wouldn't reach max. The agency is a bit better than that, especially if you've done a lot of security contracts. And the more security contracts you've done, the more money that safe makes. But you have to have done a lot for it to be any kind of significant income. But it seems like the nightclub safe begins at really strong, as long as your nightclub is popular. Your popularity for your nightclub is essential to maximize the income from that. Now, in order to get popularity for your nightclub is extremely easy, but I think perhaps a lot of people don't know the easy way to do it. So when you start your nightclub for the first time and you get your DJ, the popularity begins at full and it deteriorates over time. You can easily keep that popularity topped up by doing one simple activity, and that is kicking out people from your club acting like a bouncer. Now, when you walk into your nightclub, these missions will spawn. There's a chance that they will spawn. You enter the nightclub, you walk past the first bar where they sell drinks, and some random mission will be generated. It's one of two missions, and it's really easy to tell which one you've got. If you see a blue band-shaped thing pop up in your mini-map, that means you've got like an escort VIP one. Do not take that one. That is more time-consuming than the other one. The other one is when a blue dot appears on the mini-map, a little blue dot instead of a blue man. And the blue dot is just to kick somebody out of the club, and all you have to do is go up to them and press E and you throw them out, and it takes like no time. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, I guess it sucks when you get the blue guy because then you have to do that. And when you do these missions, by the way, I think I already mentioned, but if I didn't, that increases your popularity a significant amount, like equivalent to doing an entire like what do they call it? Promote the club activity. So the promote the club activity is found on this computer. See, it says promote my nightclub. You can do that, and it will increase your nightclub popularity. And it increases it by 1 bar. There's 5 bars there. If you see down the bottom right-hand corner, that will increase it by 1 bar. But if you just kick somebody out of your club, like I was saying, that also increases it by 1 bar. And you can do that with just the press of a button. And here's the real tip. Let's say you walk into your nightclub and you walk to the bar and one of those 2 types of missions spawn, either kick someone out or escort a VIP. If you just walk out of the club, an entirely new mission will spawn, and it'll just reset. Things are going well down there. It'll just reset the chance of what mission you get. So if you get a VIP, escort a VIP one, if a little blue man spawns, just walk out of the club and walk back in, and you'll get another chance to either get a blue dot or a blue man mission. So obviously you just keep doing that until you get a blue dot, and then just go kick the guy out, and boom, you just got a full bar of popularity. No time to lost. So that's my tip, guys. Hope it works out for you. I think the nightclub is by far the best business for actual passive income. Honorable mention though to the Acid Lab, and the only reason I mentioned the Acid Lab is because once you get it fully upgraded with all the whatevers, the production of the acid is boosted a huge amount. Especially like if you walk into the Acid Lab and you press E on that table, that makes you actually help with the like it shows your character actually making the acid. That boosts your output, your speed of production incredibly. And all this means is that you don't have to get as many supplies to get a full production bar, and therefore you invest less in the production of the product, and therefore the profit margins are larger, and that means it's an overall more profitable business. So in totality, if you really want just passive income, go for the nightclub, the agency, and the arcade, and make sure your popularity of your nightclub is maxed out. And that's basically it. And if you want something that's like less passive but still really profitable, go for the Acid Lab. And that's it. Ignore all the rest of the shit. It's not worth your time. It's not passive income. You've been lied to. Nightclub and maybe the Acid Lab. That's it. Cheers.